Once upon a time, in a small, quiet town, there lived a boy named Ethan. Ethan wasn't bad or foolish, just lazy. He had big dreams, but every morning he'd say, "I'll start tomorrow." Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. His books gathered dust. His guitar strings rusted, and his dreams faded like footprints in the sand. If you've ever told yourself, "I'll do it later," Ethan's story might feel a little too familiar. Because this is the story of how one lazy boy learned to defeat procrastination forever. Ethan wanted to change. Every night he'd promise himself, "Tomorrow, I'll work harder." But when the sun rose, he'd stay in bed, scrolling on his phone, telling himself he wasn't ready yet. His grades dropped. His friends moved forward, while he stayed stuck in the same routine of comfort and regret. He wasn't happy, but he wasn't miserable either. He was stuck in the gray zone between potential and reality. And that, dear listener, is the most dangerous place to be, where your dreams die not from failure, but from inaction. One evening, after missing yet another deadline, Ethan whispered, "Why can't I just start?" That question changed everything. One day, while wandering aimlessly through town, Ethan found himself in front of an old workshop. Inside sat an elderly man named Master Rohan, a craftsman known for his wisdom as much as his skill. Ethan hesitated, but asked, "Sir, how do you stop being lazy?" The old man smiled gently. "Laziness isn't your enemy, boy. It's just a sign that your heart doesn't know why it should move." Then he handed Ethan a strange task. "Tomorrow, come back and carve this block of wood into something beautiful." Ethan frowned. He had never carved before. "Just 1 hour," said the man, "nothing more." And so began Ethan's journey to understanding the truth behind procrastination. The next day, Ethan arrived at dawn. He picked up the carving knife and stared at the plain block of wood. It looked impossible. "I'll ruin it," he thought. But then he remembered Master Rowan's words. Just 1 hour. So he began. Slowly, clumsily. The first cuts were uneven. The wood splintered. But after a few minutes, something strange happened. He stopped thinking and started doing. An hour passed quickly. When Master Rohan returned, Ethan apologized. "It's not finished." The old man smiled. "Good. Come again tomorrow." And he did. Day after day, Ethan came back. Each time, the carving grew clearer, a bird spreading its wings. Weeks later, when the sculpture was done, Master Rohan asked, "So, what did you learn?" Ethan looked at the bird and said softly, "I didn't need to be perfect. I just needed to begin." Master Rohan nodded. "Procrastination," he said, "isn't a lack of time, it's a lack of clarity. The mind fears the mountain, but the mountain is just a collection of small steps." He placed the wooden bird in Ethan's hands. "When you feel stuck, don't aim for the finish line. Aim for the first 5 minutes. Action creates clarity, not the other way around." Ethan realized that motivation doesn't come before action, it follows it. You don't wait to feel ready, you start, and readiness follows. That day, Ethan didn't just defeat procrastination, he learned how to move, even when his heart whispered, "Not yet." Years later, Ethan became a teacher himself. On his desk sat the same wooden bird, wings outstretched, a reminder of the day he learned that small steps lead to great heights. He no longer waited for motivation to appear. He created it through motion. His mornings began with one simple rule. Just start. No matter how small the task, he honored it. And whenever one of his students said, "I'll do it later," Ethan would smile and tell them the story of a lazy boy who learned to carve his future one chip of wood at a time. So, if you're waiting for the perfect moment to begin, this is it. Not tomorrow, not next week. Now. Remember Ethan's lesson? Don't chase motivation. Create it, one small action at a time. Because every masterpiece begins with a single, imperfect stroke. If this story touched your heart, give it a like, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more stories that remind you you're not behind. You're just one step away from beginning.